Hello and welcome to the channel. These are the things I picked up from the car boot sale yesterday, Easter Sunday. So let's start off. I'm going to look at a few things I cleared up from last week's car boot sale. This nice vintage ratchet, snap-on ratchet. Nice bit of age to it. Just a light clean up. And it's back to usable condition. Quite pleased with how it's turned out. I haven't gone too over the top of the cleaning of it. These footprints. I thought it was unusual having the metal catch to hold it shut. So I've cleaned all that up, freed that off, it drops out away nicely. Another nice little bonus about these were a little crow's foot and a date on them. Didn't see that when I picked them up. But yeah, these have cleaned up quite nice as well. The catch works. And here we have a snap-on screwdriver that looked like it's part of the painters and decorators snap-on tool line at one point. Now I've cleaned it up. It still looks quite rough, but it looks a lot better than it did covered in paint and all the rest of it. Quite pleased with how it's turned out. So yeah, these are the 3 items I picked up last weekend. And then moving on to this weekend, got this rigid pipe wrench. I actually went to 2 car boots. This is from the first one. It's the only item I bought from the first car boot, and I paid £3 for that, which I thought was a fair price. And we've got some NWS pliers. As a brand, I do really like them. It's the ones I use at work. Got a set of these. The ones I've got at work are actually an older design on the handle than this. The gap's not particularly nice on them, but it's old insulated screwdriver, which looks a lot like a vintage Wearer, but hasn't got any markings on, so can't say for sure. If anyone knows, please leave it in the comments. Then I found this little footprint, and then I found another footprint, and another footprint. These are all off different stalls. I think the maximum I paid was £1. I think I paid 50p for one of the other ones, and I think the other one was in a bundle, which would have worked out at like 50p or less. That's like got the screwdriver end on it. I think this one's a bit more modern with the curved end. So those two are the same size but different ages. All with the original screws. That's all probably wouldn't have picked them up. So I thought that was quite nice. Green-handed screwdriver. See if I can get it to focus on the name. See if it'll show up. Made in Sweden. Bahco. Now paid 50p for that, which I was quite pleased with. And I've got this barcode from another store. I think this was £1. Moves freely. With the other grip on the other end. And I've got this other barcode, 4-inch. Needs a little bit of work. I think this was in a bundle. I think it worked out about 50p. So I thought it was a very nice find. Another 4-inch to the collection. Got this seized up crescent, USA. I think this will clean up and free off quite nicely. I think this might make the pick for tools that get cleaned up from this little lot. So yeah, quite a good day. And I've got this snail brand, but stamped Leyland. So I thought that was quite nice. Clean up enough onto the collection. Don't normally find Leyland ones that small. I normally find them in bigger spanners. A little bicycle multi-tool, I think. A little tyre spoon. And an alligator type grip for the nuts. Broken Kawasaki spanner. Say broken, I actually think this has been adapted to do a job rather than snapped. Judging on the markings on the end, I think someone's chopped that off deliberately. Got this depth gauge. Give a good focus in. It's got the army mark on. Oh. Right, try again. 1944, and it is a Moran Wright Sheffield. So I think this will clean up. Be a nice little tool. Nice having a bit of a history stamped into it. So yeah, quite pleased with that. Vintage socket. There's actually a vintage snap-on. Just make out a bit of the writing there. So yeah, this will clean up. So yeah, any day you go to the car bit and you come back with a vintage Jaguar spanner is a good day. So yesterday was a good day because I found this. I picked it up out the box. I asked the person how much and he said I could have it for nothing. So that's even more of a bonus. So I'm quite pleased with that. Now we've got a selection of open-ended spanners. We have a britool, 19mm and 18mm. Another britool, 13mm and a 17mm. Another britool, 11mm and a 13mm. 16mm, 17mm, 17mm and a 19mm. Now this one's a bit different, as it's not a britool, it's a vintage hazet. With the little A after the H. From the 450 series. Quite a nice vintage find. And back to the britool, 16mm and a 17mm. 22mm and a 19mm. I paid £3 for all the britool spanners. I think that was working out less than 50p each. So for a britool millimetre These are spanners, I think quite good. 12mm metric. I think these are definitely the finds of the day there. So yeah, that's what I found. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what your favourite is. And give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Yep, thank you for watching.